to the crudities of gross imagination, so that we do not always find it easy to recognize the fundamental identity. You must wholly alter your conception of sex in order to comprehend the ancient wisdom. The story of the fall should be sufficient to afford a clue. Not until after the fall were Adam and Eve ashamed and all our false sex modesty. Be careful. Not until after the fall were Adam and Eve ashamed, and all our false sex modesty is the fruit of our remembrance of sex evils. We cannot too strongly insist that sex is sacred, and that it must be so regarded, for all the great symbols of the ancient wisdom have a decidedly phallic aspect. The error into which seekers for truth so often fall as soon as they realize this fact is in supposing that the way of regeneration is somehow related to the reproductive function of the sex organism. Nothing could be further from the truth. It is the interior nervous organism, not the external organs, that is always meant in phallic symbolism, and the force that works through these interior centers is the great magical agent, the divine serpent fire. We have the almost superhuman task of creating a new set of associations with the word sex, because after all, certain aspects of the truth must be worked out to practical application through exercises which will lead only to most terrible results. Until after the fall, were Adam and Eve ashamed, and all our false sex. We have the almost superhuman task of creating a new set of associations with the word sex, because after all, certain aspects of the truth must be worked out to practical application through exercises which will lead only to the most terrible results, unless the minds of those who undertake them are first completely purged. False modesty must be replaced by a high and reverential attitude of respect for the centers where the fire of life is most active in the human body. The Hebrew fall thread is Kav, QV, which adds to 106 the value of the letter name NVN. 14. Temperance, the meditation on Samik. I am the support of all that entered into existence. Upon me all depend, and I fail not. This have I declared unto thee in various ways, but listen now to my words again. I sustain creation in the midst of a perpetual ebb and flow. Therefore do I assume the appearance of a refiner's fire, forever purging out the dross of forms of outworn. This is mine aspect of severity, of this it is written, Tetragrammaton, Elohim is a devouring fire. The Samai is one who testeth gold in a furnace, and this aspect of my being presenteth to the unrighteous a face of wrath. Yet by the purgation of fire do I uphold and sustain thee in every moment of thy life. Behold, I am he who trieth thee with many subtle tests. Wise art thou if thou knowest that the subtle serpent of temptation is in truth the anointed one, who bringeth thee to liberation. I am he who establisheth the time of the decree, who declareth the term of the days of Adam. The fullness of those days shall see the strengthening of thy weakness, O Israel, and in the renewal of thy powers shall be made manifest the plenitude of my great name in the abode of wisdom. For when thou hast been tried as by fire, the gold of thy beauty shall be purged of all dross, and the glory of the heavenly sun shall all men behold. Then shall the vision of thy Lord be granted unto thee, and seeing him shalt thou behold the shining one who is thine own true self. In the fullness of thy blessed vision shalt thou be restored, and as a young lion trampleth upon his prey, so shalt thou conquer all the phantoms of delusion. Lo, in that day shall the light that is bind fast every hideous shape of darkness, and all thy habitations shall be blessed by the white brilliance which descendeth from the crown. Comment on Samek. Samekh, pronounced Solmek, transcribed as S, the number 60, meaning props support the intelligence of probation or trial. In Hebrew, tried by fire is Balkan. When thou hast been